Alright kids, well, if you have gotten through some of your other projects, you are now ready to begin a bigger, more extensive project designing with gears. Alright, so anyways, what we're going to do is we're going to go over the parts you need, and as always, you should kind of organize your parts before you begin building. Alright, so what we're going to start with is you're going to need these long rods. These are like the longest ones you have in there. And if you look at the holes, these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 holes in the side. These are the longest ones you have here. Okay? You're going to need a total of 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. Alright? You're going to need 4 of those. Then the next size rod is going to be half that size. So you'll need a half of that. Okay, I believe it is a half. Yep, it's a half. Okay, and you're going to need 2 of these. Okay, so you're going to want 2 rods this size. Okay, and when you look at these ones, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 holes in them. Alright, so you need 2 of those. And then you need 2 of this size, okay? You need 2 of this size. Alright, and I'll let you make notes as needed for those. And then we go into the shortest little block here, this little 2-sizer. Okay, it looks like a standard concrete block. You're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4 of that size, okay? So you'll need 4 of those number 2 blocks. Then we've got the basic square block. You'll need 4 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. Then we talk about our plates, and you're going to need 2 this size plate. Okay, you can see how many holes are in it. Okay, you're going to need 2 of these. Followed by 2 of these plates. Okay, little thin ones with 4 connecting circles on top. Okay. Then you go into your axles, and you're going to need an axle this size. It's your longest axle. You can get the right length because if you compare it to this block right here, okay, you can see how big it is when you compare it onto there. Okay, it's from the end, and it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, about the center of the 12th hole here. Okay, so you can see you have 3.5 left from the end. So you're going to need 1 of those. Then you're going to need another black rod, which is a little bit smaller, and when you compare it on your rod, okay, you'll see that this one has a length from the end. It will go from the end 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.5 holes. Okay. Whoops. So that's your 2 black axles, and then you're going to need 2 of these gray ones. Okay, these are about 4 7/10 centimeter. You'll need 2 of them. And when you compare them to, say, a rod, these come out, they're about 1, 2, 3, 4.5 holes, okay, long from the end there. Alright? So we can put that off to the side. And you'll need 2 of those. And then your next one is a really neat little rod, and it's got this little teeny tiny, it's got like a little stopper edge right here, okay, so it can't go very far. I don't know if you can see it on the video, but anyways, this rod right here is, when you compare it to this bar, it's almost the full length of the bar, okay, and you can see how it's got that little stopper there. Alright, so we need, those are for your axles, okay, so you need a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 axles. Then you need to get out your gears, and you're going to need 2 of the largest gears in there. And you can see how you have the holes set up here. Okay, you're going to need 2 of those gears. Okay. And then you're going to need this size gear. It's got 4 holes in it. And then you're going to have to dig around and find these little teeny tiny gripper gears. These little tiny gripper gears, okay? Really small, but they are gears, and I call them gripper gears because they just grip on there, okay? You'll need 2 of those. Then you're going to need 3 of these nice little barrel spacers. That's kind of what I call them. Little barrel spacers. You're going to need 3 of those. 3 of these little barrel spacers. And then you're going to need 4 of these. I don't even know what you want to call them, but this is what they look like. There's 4 of them, and they have, if you look closely, the axle goes right in here. So they've kind of got the axle going in here, and then it's round right here. So you can have it grips an axle right here, and then it's round when you turn it like that. All right? Okay, so you're going to pause the video, and why don't you get out those. Okay, now we are ready to begin building. All right, so the first thing that you want to do, okay, is you want to take these 2 bars. Okay, these are kind of like they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 holes in them, and you're going to want to put 1 here and 1 there. Then you're going to want to take your 5 bar, one that has 5 holes in it, and you're going to put them on the inside, okay, like that and like that. All right. Then we're going to go on to our second layer, and you'll need these blocks right here, and you're going to snap those on so that you have just one little circle right there, okay? And then you'll take another one, and you're going to snap it on like so. So this is what you're looking at, all right? Then once you have those down, you're going to do the same to the other one. Snap it on like so. And then take the final square, cube kind of block thing there. And now you have 2 of those that look like that. Okay, and you can put them side by side either way you want. I'm going to orient mine like this for now, okay? Kind of like that, actually. Now, you take these plates, and you're going to put one on top of that one. And then you take another plate this size, and you put it on top like that, okay? So now you have 2 solid built foundations, okay? These are going to be the foundation for the machine you're building. And I'm going to put them opposite of each other like that. So now you're ready to get this first bar, okay? Now, this first bar, what you want to do, okay, with it, is you want to take it and very, very carefully, okay, you want to put it so that it's back here, and you only have 2 circles showing above like that, okay? And then you're going to take it to the other side and put it on like that, all right? Now, once you have that in place, okay, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to take one of your gray axles, and you're going to come in 5 holes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 holes, so that you have 4 open there, okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to take one of these barrel spacers, and you're going to slide it on the back there. Alright, so you have the barrel spacer, and you slide it on like that, slide it up a little bit, and then you'll take one of these black connectors, and you'll see that it has an axle spot, and you slide it on just like that. Okay? Then you take this dark gray axle with the flange, and you slide the flange in like that. Alright? And so you've got kind of like a crank here. Alright? And if you look at the position of the crank, you're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right in the middle of the half. Okay? So you got that crank going on there. Alright? The next thing you want to do is get one of your large gears. And you're going to slide that right on like so. Okay? There you go. And so what you have remaining is about, a full brick width. And you can see how you can crank that now. Give it a little turn, kind of fun to do. Alright? Now, the next thing that you're going to do, okay, is you are going to take and you're going to get your black axle, not the longest one that you got, okay, not the longest one, the shortest one, okay, and you are going to slide it into the, from this side back, you're going to slide it into the 5th hole, okay, from this side back. Okay, so you're going to come in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and slide it in like so. Okay, now once you have that in place, you're going to take this little gripper gear and you're going to put it on there like so. Okay, so you've got that little gripper gear in there like that. Alright, then on the outside, now you want this axle to be about the same length as that one. So now you're going to take this larger gear and you're going to put it on the outside and slide it all the way down. Like so. Okay? So you have this. Now these two are not connected yet. Alright, and we will get to that in 1 second here by taking this gear and our other remaining gray axle, and we're going to push it through this gear like so. Okay? And then you've got this hole, you have 3 holes in between here that are visible, and this, you don't want this to go too far because you don't want it to go out into the other gear, so you can kind of check its space by doing this and sliding it down a little bit. Okay, there you go. That's a pretty good width right there. Thickness, okay. And so now you take this and you slide it right in there like that, and it will connect your large gear to this gear to that gear, and you can see that they now spin freely, okay? And that's pretty good design. Now, what you've got to do next gets a little bit tricky, okay? So you have everything set up like this. This is what it looks like, okay? You're going to take another big long rod and you're going to slide it on this way. So what you do is you've kind of tilted at an angle and you slide it down in, and you may have to adjust things a little bit. And then once it's in place, you snap it down, okay? And now everything can turn. So take a moment and look at what you've got here, okay? Now to help you understand how fast this is going, take another one of these black kind of, I don't know, two-way connectors here and slide it on like so. And slide it all the way down close to this gear right there. You didn't have to go all the way, but close. And then give it a crank. And you can see how fast it goes compared to that one. Then turn this and see how long it takes to turn that one. You can kind of feel the difference when you're cranking them. Alright? And what you have going on here is you have a neat gear ratio where you're going from large to small to very small, and then this one piggybacks onto this very small one. So this large gear now is going as fast as this smaller gear inside there, which is going really fast, which makes it go very, very fast. So it's kind of neat. You can play around with that if you want. Pause the video and just kind of look at that. Neat thing to observe. Okay, practice cranking it. But if you're ready to continue building, okay, we're going to go on to the next step. All right? The next step is to take your little blocks here, these blocks, and you're going to put one on top of that like so. And then you're going to put another one on top like so. Okay? Then on the opposite side over here, you're going to take two more, snap them on like so. Okay, so this is what we have so far. All right. And then what you'll do is you will take your one of your last bars. You have two of them left. You're going to snap one on like that. Okay. Now, before you put the second one on, you're going to want to fish an axle through here. So your longest axle is going to go on next. Okay. Now, what you'll do before you put your long axle on there, you're going to slide one of these spacers in there. And you're going to slide it about halfway down. Okay? And then what you're going to do is you're going to come in 1, 2, 3 holes, and you're going to slide it in there. Like that. Okay? So that's what you're looking at. Now I'm going to turn it because you're going to take this last little tiny gripper gear and slide it on like this. Okay? Then you're going to take one of these little black handle thingies, I don't even know what you want to call them, and you're going to slide that on, but don't slide it all the way. Just stop it right at the end, like so. Alright? Because you don't want it getting in the way of the one that's down here. Okay? You don't want these hitting each other, so you've got to offset them. Alright? So they don't hit. You want to offset them. Alright, that's what that means. Alright, so now you've got that ready to go. And the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to take this, alright, and you're going to slide it on like so and snap it into place. Now, when you have that in place, this spacer will keep these things from pushing in, which is really important for your gears. Alright? And then what you want to do is you have this plate, and you're just going to snap it on like so. Okay? Notice how you've got it balanced between there. You've got a little edge here, a little edge there. And then you take the other one on this side, snap it on, snap it in place. Okay? Like so. Okay? And then you should have two remaining parts. Alright? This barrel will go on this gray axle right there. Okay? And make sure that it doesn't push out. So you just kind of like slide it down nice and tight. And then this remaining part goes on there. Okay? And then when you're done, okay, you are all set, ready to go. You give a little crank, and you can really see how fast things are moving now, because you've taken this big gear inside here, and the ratio to this gear is large to small, speeds it up, and then it goes from large to small to very small with that little gripper gear, which is on here. But that little gripper gear allowed you to piggyback this larger gear on there, which then goes to really small up there, and so you're getting a lot of speed there. Okay? Now, if yours isn't smooth like this, you may have to compress things, tighten things up, adjust things. You can pull this handle out of here, you can put it on here, and you can see what it's like to crank to get that one going around now. Okay, so play around with this and get a couple different feels for how it operates, and you know, if your teacher wants you to do some more math related to this, they'll let you know. Alright? Enjoy!